We got an awesome question from somebody in our group the other day, and he's a new investor. So I did want to make sure to answer the question and dive into a little bit about what we were discussing. So the question was asked, how do you save money on construction? Is it better to just buy materials myself, or should I leave it to the contractor? And either way, it's important to have material takeoffs and estimates so that that is where the savings really comes from. Knowing exactly what it's going to cost you and what goes into the space is really, really important. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Liat. I'm the design director of Hadar Interiors. If you need help with a takeoff or an estimate or have any further questions, just comment below. Let's just go into the definition of the difference between a takeoff and an estimate. So a takeoff is simply determining the amount of materials needed for a project, a job, and that's it. Just figuring out the quantities for the project is really important. The estimate is built off of the takeoffs. So once you have those quantities in place, then you're able to figure out the entire budget and what everything should cost you. When you have all of these details, then you're not just flying by the seat of your pants. I know in this current market where all material prices and all prices for anything are going up, so I know that it's important to save as much money as possible. This is one of those ways that you can definitely do that, especially if you're new to investment or just in general, no matter how long you've been in the industry. If you're starting a construction project, it's really important to have a complete plan so that you know how much everything is going to cost. So having all the plans in place and knowing what all the materials are going to look like, how they're going to function, the direction that tiles are going to be, all of that, all those details, having them in place saves a lot of time and a lot of money. You're not going to have to deal with change orders. You're not going to have to deal with crazy requests for information, which are RFIs. You'll just have all the details and the plans ready to go for your team to implement. And so this would involve having spreadsheets, having a breakdown of the materials and the square footage. It's a little blurry, so you can't see all the details, but basically all the information like concrete, rough carpentry, finished carpentry, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, finishes, floorings, tiles, appliances, all of that, so that it's in a single spreadsheet and you can see exactly what it's going to cost you and how much of the material you need. It doesn't matter if you have a smaller project or a larger project. I recommend this for everybody that is doing any construction work. And then, of course, for any interior finishes, you need to have a schedule of lighting and fixtures and finishes and all of that. Again, all of these details going into place rather than just trying to figure it out as you go is super important so that it saves you a lot of time and money. I hope this was helpful in answering the question of how to save money during construction. And this is one of those key things, especially, obviously it's great to save on materials and it's really important to make sure that everything stays within budget. But the way to do that is through planning, is through proper planning. And again, if you need help with a takeoff or an estimate or have any further questions, just comment below.